guys, today we are going to see how can we make a spiral in Grasshopper. And Grasshopper is quite powerful in making spirals. But I first want to show you what do I mean by that. So as you can see, these are the angles being covered from 0 to 360. I can reduce these angles, currently 100 to say 10, 12, 11, 9. Increase them. I can move them itself in Z and they look like this. I can move them. I can increase the turns by increasing the angle. Now you can see this is how we can create spiral. But before coming and making this whole script, I would now show you how to do it from scratch. So I would also like to show you this thing, which is the Grasshopper dogs, and one component we are going to use is point polar. It requires a base plane, an XY plane, a Z angle, and an offset. And in the end, it gives you another point. So to start with it, I'll first construct point. I will create a sphere out of it. And I will give it a custom preview. Make it a bit gray, and this, a bit lighter. Right now you can't see anything because there's no radius given to the, or maybe the radius is there by default, but which is 1, so it's like very small, you can't see. If I zoom in Rhino, then you can see. But before doing that, I'll also introduce now polar point component. So I'll give this point as the base plane. And one important thing with XY angle and Z angle is XY angle is the angle in the XY plane, Z angle is in the Z direction, but consider this as a part of a sphere. And XY angle can be from 0 to 360. And so what I'll do is I'll create a slider from 0 to 360, put it here. And for Z angle can be from 0 to 180, which is like going above you, from front, above, and back. So that would be 0 to 180. And the offset means the radius in a way. So I'm going to give it a radius of 2 meters, which is 2000 mm, since my Rhino units are in mm. Now I'll turn this off, I'll make it much lighter now, increase the transparency more. Yeah. So this is something that you can see. I'll do one more thing, which is create a line from this to this. I'll use custom preview. Line weights, since it's a line. Give it a swatch. This is that. I'll create another sphere, which is this. I'll give it a very small radius, say 20. And increase the size of it. Give it another color. Yep. So this is a point. And now what we can do, we try to move this one, but it behaves very weird because this XY angle, it requires, it works using radians. Currently, this number slider we made it for degrees. Degrees work from 0 to 360. Radians work from 0 to 1. So either we can convert degrees to radians, or we can right click here and select degrees, but I will show you how to do the radian thing. So just write radians. So you can convert your degrees to radians and then supply it. And now if you see, we can 0 here is this location, and this is somewhere 90, 180, 270, 360. We will do the similar thing for the Z angle. You can move from 0 to 180. If you don't want to do this, best way to do is right click, degree, right click, decrease. Yeah, and this means the radius. So this is it. And now, so now you can see we can just create one point in a dome kind of a situation. But then for a spiral, we need a series of points. So to create a series of points, an important component would come here now. Step, now range. Range requires steps. Step means number of points you need. So I'll create a slider from 0 to 60, which will be our step. And then this, I'll take it a bit back, and I'll plug it somewhere here between these two number sliders. But then now we need to decide on domain. So since we want a series of points for the XY plane, maybe from 0 to 360. So, but we need to supply it as a domain. So we'll use a construct domain.
Hi everyone, I am Parul Sharma, founder of Aerie Academy. We have launched a course on basics of parametric architecture with Netik, and he will be your mentor and facilitator. If you want to join the course, fill the form pinned in the comments below and we will reach out to you.
I'll create a number slider from minus 360 to 360. Plug it in. And what it does, it creates, say, 60 numbers between minus 360 to 360. And if I go and see here, you can see the values coming out of the range. So minus 360, 348. And it has equally divided this domain from minus 360 to 360 into 60 values. I mean 61 values. And then you can give this value here, the next one. And you can see how it has divided it. I would delete this slider and I would do something similar for the XY plane, for the Z angle, which is this. Now you can see it's too much. So what I'll do, I'll make it as, say, 55. I mean, I'll make it minus 55 to 55. You can see it is spanning from 55 minus 55 in Z to plus 55 in Z. And just to demonstrate it to, you can see I can move up. So this is the space, this is the spiral created within a hemisphere. And what I'll do next is I'll create an interpolated curve, and I'll plug it in here. I will give it a display. Yeah, so now you can see this. How a helix is created within a sphere. Maybe the sphere is this one. Get a bit bigger so that they are visible from far. And now go in the top view. You can see if you want to make a surface out of it, a good component to do would be to do the same stuff, but this time just give a different radius to the offset. And all the parameters are same, but suppose the spiral is say like 1200 wide, so I'll make it 1200 smaller, which would be how much? Let's say 1800. So now it's that kind of a thing is created, but the Z doesn't match. Okay, no, this is wrong approach. To create a pathway out of it, what I'll do is evaluate curve. I'll take these curve and I'll do curve closest point before that. I'll take these points, I'll give the curve. So it gives me this parameter, which is quite important. I'll move this on the side for a bit. So this parameter would now go here. So once I have a tangent, what I can do is I can create a line STL. So direction, start, and 1200 the width. Okay, so tangent is something in this direction, and I need to move perpendicularly inside to the current direction being shown. So there's something called cross product. So it works like a right hand thumb rule. So if you have two vectors in 90-degree, then it computes the third vector. If you have like x and z, then it computes the y. If you have z and y, it computes the x. So just supply in the z, which is the normal z axis to here. Now you have got a new vector, which will be focusing inside. Okay. So it's currently focusing, throwing the lines outside. What I'll do, I'll reverse the vector. Plug it in. Now you have this, but there's some kind of an intersection going on. So for that, I need to come here and reduce this angle actually, so that I can solve this intersection. See, it's created. Now what I'll do is one point, or maybe I can directly do a loft out of it. A loft is created. I'll turn off the sphere, and you can see a loft is created. I will make it quite invisible like this. The sphere is there, but then you can't see it. And maybe okay, it's already, I guess. No, doesn't work. Arctic also doesn't work. Shaded works, but I'll change my background. I'll make my background white. I'll be black also. Okay, so the surface is created. I will give it a custom preview. I'll hide this. So here is your spiral, and this spiral depends on, you can tweak the radius, you can tweak the inner radius, and you can see how much you want to cover the spiral. You can increase this to say 720. It has more turns. If you increase it to all the way, I don't know, 1200, you can have more turns. So see, this thing is created. After this also you can do other more stuff. I'm getting more ideas. But this, for now, for this tutorial, this is your helix or a spiral. And enjoy. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section. And I will catch you with another video soon. Bye-bye.